Bonjour, I am Jacque Torres and welcome to Tuesday Tip. If you ask me what is my ultimate favorite desserts, I love sample and I love good flavor. So if you can give me a thin tart with some apple, nice caramelized, a crunchy dough and a little bowl of ice cream, oh my god, this will be my favorite, but not any thin tart. I'm going to show you really one of my favorite desserts. So I have here some puff pastry. I'm going to roll it a little bit thinner than what it is. This is called invert puff pastry. So one of the Tuesday class I will show you how to do this puff pastry. We put the butter on the outside of the dough, so it's quite an interesting technique, so I will show you that. So here I have my puff pastry, and this puff pastry is a little bit more flaky than the traditional one. So you don't want the dough to be too thick because that's going to puff in the oven. So that should be good the way it is now. So we're going to cut. So I use the top of the cutter. So this is the biggest one that I can use. And I'm going to do 4 and I'm going to show you how to finish 2 of them. So far, pretty easy. Then I'm going to use a cutter and remove the center. I'm going to have my sheet pan here. I want to show you a couple of those apple tarts. Those 2 are going to put them back in the freezer. Okay, so now I'm going to use a piping bag with a little bit of pastry cream, and I show you the pastry cream in one of my Tuesday tips. So I want to put a little bit of this pastry cream, just like that, that's good enough, and the other one. Okay, then I peel a couple apples. Okay, now what I want to do is squeeze one side of the apple and flatten the other side like that. So by doing that, they take the shape of the apple tarts, take them and put them in. Do exactly the same thing on the other side. And don't worry if it's not exact, because remember we're going to flip them. So now I'm going to put that in the oven, and halfway baked we're going to flip them over. So let me show you how to do that. So my tarte renversée here are half baked, so you want to take them and then flip them and put the apples on the bottom. What's going to happen is those apples going to cook and they don't going to dry out, and your puff pastry actually going to finish baking and really bake through. Then we're going to put a little bit of corn syrup and bake it again. So now I have my corn syrup and my water very hot, so it's going to be easier to spread that on top of my tart. So that's going to give a nice caramel side to those tarts. Remember that puff pastry doesn't contain any sugar, so you need to give it some sweetness, otherwise it can be a savory dish, but of course the pastry cream has some sugar. Okay, we're good. Perfect. Now I'm going to put that back in the oven about 10 minutes and it's ready. So the tarts are out of the oven. So let me see. Ooh, they're hot. So you see the apple stay very, very moist. They don't dry. And then when you look at the puff pastry, it's very nice and crunchy. And that's what I love into those kind of apple pie or apple tarts. So now I'm going to use our ice cream that we make at the factory. and make a nice bowl of ice cream and put that. That's why we create a little hole to be able to put the ice cream, and now the ice cream going to melt and mix with the apple. And I promise you, this is delish. Do you hear that? Listen to that. Listen to that. That's the puff pastry breaking up. Oh my God. Look at that. The apple, the puff pastry, the pastry cream, and of course the ice cream. I wish that you was with me to try that because this is good. Bon appétit. I hope that helped.